Yeah, boys.
Hey,
Yeah, boy.
welcome everyone. Welcome to another podcast. We'll start with introductions as usual. Let's just go top down. Go on, guys.
Addicted is good.
Casper DK Addicted.
Zero the Factory.
Chaos from Enemy.
Sorlak from Enemy.
One Uproot Harmony.
Sunrunner from Hydon.
Heavenly from Chaos.
Henny from Leviathan.
Private Wiggles from Leviathan.
Redstra from Misanthropolis.
Valesh from Misanthropolis.
Amara Rafir from Morghulis.
Eden, Oldskool.
Ox, Oldskool. Blood Nova, Ragnarok.
Andy from Resilience.
Luna Resilience.
Odds Resilience. Valkyrie ShadowElite.
Xenocrat, ShadowElite.
Octo.
Shadow Sovereign.
Freya from Voss.
Alright, guys, so the first siege that ended today was Mediah. Surprisingly, Saurin versus Addicted. I'll let Ishkar start because it's kind of tradition by now.
I think I'll let
Casper.
take it today, since it's always Eastcourt talking. But fight today against Sorin. We had like a really good plan that kind of fucked up from the beginning. Big props to Sorin for like sniping or scouting us out and then getting us a little bit on the back foot from the beginning. Equal fight, I think, like in the beginning with a little upper hand to Sorin, and from there we had a downhill spiral with some few mistakes we made, and in the end they pushed us into the fort and just beat us straight up. Really good job.
I'm not sure how you can call it equal when you never.
I said you were having the upper hand.
Okay.
Can you guys walk us through a bit of detail of what happened?
Well, how it actually started was we prepared elixirs, villa buffs. I'm sure they did the same, and we had an idea that possibly they attack our gate as soon as it starts. So we didn't want to take the TP. We actually prepared in front of our gate. When we was there, about 5 minutes later, it was about 5 to 8. So the 5 minutes of the war starts. Addicted turned up in front of the bridge at Mediah. We wiped them over and over and over again, just before it started, and this actually gave us a lot of confidence, and that was set the precedent for the rest of the siege, really.
It obviously kind of ruined that plan, I guess. I guess they tried to old school it and get the gate down a bit.
The problem was that we clearly didn't explain it well enough to the members. So we were split, so we were not full force at the push, and you had the upper hand, and then you could just wipe us over and over.
I mean, you attacked us, so if you came at us at a disadvantage, that's your own fault.
Yeah, I didn't say anything like that.
Right. Okay.
It's on us. Like I'm not saying I'm saying you played well tonight, and we made mistakes, and you seemed, even while we were at our strongest, way stronger. So props to Sorin. There's nothing there.
Do you think your lack of preparation at the start was like just a result of your 9 weeks of vacation?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that a lot of members in Addicted have been, gotten very lazy and
fat.
accepted that, fat and lazy from lying down, and the guild is like in need of a serious trim, to being able to compete with Sorin and Enemy for sure, and even Oldskool now that's talking. So we definitely need a lot of improvement in Addicted, and it's clearly shown this week.
You say trim?
Yeah.
Like kicking people?
Trim.
We obviously have a lot of things we need to work on. So doesn't necessarily mean kick as you put it, but a lot of things that we need to work on, and the results of this week basically proves it, and that's that.
What was your expectations leading into this fight?
Well, of course we were hoping for a draw. So that was
The
the
draw?
expectation. Yeah,
Not
of
a
course.
win.
But didn't you say the other week that you regard yourself maybe the strongest, and we wasn't the stronger opponent to look for. You only went for us when people said that we'd give you a good fight. So now you're saying you only see the guild that was told you might get a good fight from, that you'd see a draw from?
Well, of course, I think that you guys were strong, like of equal strength of us. Like we haven't fought you for quite a while, so how would we know your exact strength after you?
For you to say that we're
merged?
equal
Can I
strength
finish
is a big
speaking,
turn
Shell,
on
please?
what you used to say.
Please let me finish. That being said, though, like we definitely underestimated your strength, and that worked well at your advantage in the beginning. So when you got a motivation, we got demotivation. So definitely.
At this point, I'm kind of curious what was attendance like for both guilds.
I think we had around 85, 87 somewhere.
We had 87.
Equal numbers?
It was actually, yeah, I'd say between 85 and 87. I had to go AFK a few times because I had some work things.
Not like you will make a difference right after. Actually, I have a follow-up question for
You're not
Sovereign.
joining now, Wayne. You're not joining.
God damn it. Blew my chance to be. Anyway, so now follow-up question for Sovereign. So like, while Addicted kind of had like their time where they didn't do much, I guess in Valencia, like you had kind of a reverse experience. So like while Addicted was getting stronger and stronger ish, I guess. You were like losing members, losing fights. The enemy 1v1 thingy, like stuff like that. Like how did you guys recover from that? Because like it seems that you guys went from like top 4 to top 1 or top 2 like very very fast, and without like any. I don't know.
I mean, we've always been consistent, right, and always been persistent as well. Like we've never just given up.
I wouldn't say it was fast either. We went through a lot of losses and a lot of time leaking members, and we put a lot of effort into the guild. Everyone who stayed around did a really great job, and we just pulled together, worked together, recruiting, practicing, and we become a really strong community. It's more than just a guild.
All right, any more questions, guys?
Like 1v1 without castle would have made any difference?
Well, they
No.
never even reached our gate, so
No, it wouldn't have made a difference.
I got a quick question for Sovereign. Did you expect that outcome?
I mean, it was the big test, right? Like we were hyped for it. I'm sure they were hyped for it. So
I wouldn't say we expected it.
Yeah, I can't say we expected to, go in and wipe them in an hour. We expected a big fight, long fight. So I suppose it was a bit surprising in a way.
Okay.
Okay, so last question from me is, what does Sovereign plan to do now? Like, would you guys sit on the castle, or like expecting someone to actually get you out of it, or will you get out and look for PvP?
I think the best thing we can say is we'd like to stay as active as possible.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. Any more questions before we move on, guys?
Yeah, I have one. The M&M Alliance would like to ask Ishkar if you need a castle removal service.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, we are offering a castle removal service. Instead of removing you, we can help you this time. Would you like?
No, thanks.
Okay.
All right, guys, so let's talk about Serendia next. It was a 1v1 fight of Misanthropolis versus WAS. Which one of you guys want to start?
You're breaking up, dude.
Red start. You can start, man. Well,
I don't think...
Oh, he's back now?
Red Star, you want to start?
Sorry, I pressed the wrong key. So, well, we were thinking all the time that do we get any more opponents on there. But well, yesterday night we saw that there's only one castle built again, and we were thinking that what was it, and well, surprisingly it was, and we were actually happy for that fight because like was a strong guild once. I don't know what happened to you guys, is what is going on with you, but yeah, I have to say that I was glad to have you against us because it was a really decent 1v1 versus guild fight. So the first to start, well, our scout were scouting out the base. We find Vikings' room's base and we went there, and I think we managed to keep the pressure pretty well on the on their base. At some point they made a command together to our base. We needed to, while our forces were attacking, we needed to retreat and go to help and defend our base. Well, we luckily managed to turn that around, and we have gotten back the pressure on the base. We had a good place for the flag that we couldn't defend on, and after the flag was destroyed, we placed another one there, and it was a pretty good pressuring all over the time. So.
Actually, we didn't use command gather. We just took our horses.
Yeah, so then it's wrong information given. But
Yeah,
anyways,
we just ran to your base with horses.
anyways, it was a good push from you.
Yeah, that it was. No, but you guys did a really good job. You had plenty of Mayavas and Moosas everywhere, scouting and being annoying as hell. I do gotta say, so props to them for that. And yeah, in the beginning we started out fighting near to Heidel, back and forth a little while. We then decided to pull back to our base and wait for them there, and we fought there for maybe half an hour and something like that. And we pushed their base, they fell back, and yeah. But yeah, good job from them.
Yeah, you came to our base once, and we pushed you back after that one, and the fight continued at your base for the whole remaining time.
I don't know how long was it, about 1.5 hours or so.
1.5 hours. We lasted longer than Addicted against Sovereign.
How many guys did both of you have?
We had 41.
Yeah.
We were 47, I think.
Not all that much.
No, about the
Yeah,
same.
pretty equal numbers.
I think you got kind of lucky that only 2 guilds showed up in Serendia.
Yeah, it's well. Truth to be told, I have been waiting for the huge jerk because as a national guild leader, it's hard to kind of maintain your members.
Yeah, we have been preparing for weeks, and we have been expecting a lot of guilds to come to Serendia to challenge us, but nobody has shown up. And we were glad to see you guys there. You gave us a really good fight, and it was a great fight against you, I have to tell you. You were doing some insane suctions there with your Valkyria, Freya.
Well, yeah. Valkyries for the win. Well, our blocks might not work, but we can still suck people.
Yeah, indeed.
Nice.
Yeah. We're the best at killing sheeps. I highly recommend getting a Valkyrie for sheep gathering. It's very effective.
Best at sucking.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the worst part is that on that war we had only 2 Valkyries and 1 Berserker. So.
We only had 1 Berserker as well, man.
Where are these incredible classes?
They're all in Sovereign, I think.
I have a question for Freya, just really fast.
Feels bad.
Do you plan on getting like more members to go Siege? Like, are you enjoying the guild now? Like the state of it?
Yeah, we're recruiting slowly, but yeah, we're taking it calm and relaxed. A more relaxed approach compared to what we had before.
Yeah, that's a good one. Keep it up, man.
Any more questions, guys? Guess not. So let's move on to Valencia discussion. I'm kind of curious who has the backstab dagger by now and what actually happened there.
Well, I'd like to say it's still with Lorne and Odds. They once again we came and well, our gate disappeared. Like an officer removed our gate and our base just disappeared. Unfortunately, that's all I can say really. Sabotaged by our own guild. Shame.
Did he offline your control tower?
Yeah. Fucking control towers, no strand.
We had some ninjas infiltrating Morghulis over the last week.
Are you guys gonna keep up the 3 guild rotation?
Actually, first of all, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Malaga.
Okay, Malaga. Okay. 2 weeks ago, we had a raid in Valencia. We didn't have anything planned. We just went for it because it was liberated. And just a small reminder, it was gonna end in a liberation, but we tipped the scale to one side, and we might have a lot of differences with Morghulis and Millennium, but we have one thing in common, that all 3 of us are not hardcore guilds. We are semi-hardcore guilds, and that's a very important thing we have in common and we share. So because we helped each other the first week, I think they returned the favor. So this week, Morghulis went out of the way, and we had some nice fights with Millennium for around 1.5 hours, and then we got the castle. I don't know if it's a permanent thing. I don't know if it's a one-time thing. It's something we will discuss probably tomorrow. But it was very interesting, and it's something that I think all of us had fun. Because we had some really nice large-scale fights the past 2 weeks, not this one. But the past 2 weeks, we had some really nice 6 guilds building, ShadowElite, Oldskool, Enemy, and the other guild, and the smaller one. I remember.
Noir or something, you mean?
And Thelinor, yes, exactly. Sorry, I'm grinding Ackman at the same time, and I'm a bit preoccupied. Yeah, that's about it.
What channel?
Not Calpheon 3.
No.
Did you guys? You probably said. Did you guys fight today? Like just for fun?
We fought. We bought everything. We had a fully built base. We large siege towers, elephants, everything. It was very
Millennium.
good. Yes.
I have a question actually. So obviously you're speaking about a few weeks ago where you said it was going to be emancipated, the territory. That was the situation where it was enemy, resilience, Millennium, Morghulis, right?
Yeah. And we 1v1'd resilience at the end. Yes.
Yes.
Mike, how much time was left in the siege when you guys did that? Because like in my mind, I'm just running it through. You had on one side you would have had Millennium, Morghulis, other side enemy, resilience. Like that, I mean, enemy lasted like almost 3 hours 2v1 against those 2 guilds. I'm not sure how exactly that would have been an emancipation. For me, that's a pretty clear victory for those 2, enemy and resilience.
I guess, I don't know, like it may not have even been a liberation, but I guess for odds as well, it's probably a chance for them to win, because if one of us had died, like enemy and like enemy would have then got, I don't know how it would have gone, but I think it was probably the best chance for odds to maybe win. And I mean, I think it was about an hour left when it happened.
Yeah.
We had about 40 minutes to kill resilience. When, if I remember correctly, that's how much I remember the time being left.
Yeah, and to be honest, while talking with TK and Lone Wolf, I mean, I got to meet the guys. I even saw them in real life. I saw photos, and they saw me. It was pretty cool. They are cool guys, and cool guildies.
You say everyone's a cool guy, like literally like 5 people each week. Oh, you're a cool guy.
But we are a Malaga. It's a game, Malaga. We don't in front of us. Listen, in front of us, we don't hold an axe and a shield. We hold a keyboard. So I mean, outside of this little world, we are all, we're all gamers. We enjoy the game. It doesn't matter, Everyone is a cool guy. I don't think there is a single person that is bad as a person.
You think Lemon's a cool guy in real life?
Lemon is an amazing guy in real life.
So is it like 669 or more of a spit roast in Valencia?
The objective was just to, keep the big guilds out.
Win trade?
No, keep the big guilds out.
Do you guys not feel like that you ever want to try and stand on your own 2 feet instead of like allying up in a 3-way gangbang?
It wasn't really that. It wasn't a 3-way ally though. It was just a mutual
It wasn't?
agreement.
What was it?
No, it was just a mutual agreement for 1 week, really.
Yeah.
Like we agreed that we didn't want enemy Oldskool having the castle, and that's kind of what happened.
That was the starter of it, exactly.
I mean, like I said, we're all semi-hardcore, and we want to see when we fight the hardcore guilds, we want to beat them, and sometimes we have to be friendly about it with each other.
And I think that's basically the same what happened today in Calpheon, if I remember correctly. So
I'm kind of curious at this point, why did the fight took so long?
I think
with Millennium?
we were actually attacking and they were defending.
We were doing a real fight. We were fighting at some point. Then after a while, we stopped. That's it.
What was it like? How was it looking? Was it like, Resilience winning, Millennium winning, or what?
I think Millennium should answer that, but they're not here. So.
Well, you can answer it.
We had full attendance. They had full attendance. After a while, some people of them logged off. So.
At the beginning, we were like, we're just gonna do some open world fights, but I think we pretty much wiped them most of the time there. So we switched to them defending and us actually attacking, so we could get some experience into, the Valencia castle siege as well. And after that, it took like 1 hour for us to get through to their base and destroy it or something.
So what was it? Mostly gear score or something else involved?
I'm not sure how many people Millennium had. I think they had pretty good attendance at the beginning as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know the gear of most of the people in Millennium. I think it was okay.
All right. Any more questions?
Millennium 85, 88.
Yeah, I think we had about the same number then.
Interesting.
Keep what? Keep clean?
Yeah, Ots keeps clicking on his keyboard.
Sorry, Malaga. So many mobs here in Ackman. What the fuck is happening? I will mute it. Sorry.
He's not able to multitask, man. Sometimes he starts PvPing randomly and he leaves the team speak because he needs to concentrate.
Yeah, that's true. Only music. And as far as the backstab dagger, I think it has degraded to pry right now because of too much attempts to upgrade.
All right, so do you guys actually plan to move on from Valencia now? That question goes to Morghulis, I guess.
Well, there's no plans right now. We're not I can't say for 100% we won't go back, but can't say that I can't say we're going to go and defend Resilience. That's not. I know that's not the plan. I mean, if we fancy going and liberating Mediah or Calpheon, then I guess it will get discussed during the week, and we'll go.
You're waiting for the proposal from Addicted, right?
It depends if they've still got 10 billion laying around, doesn't it? But we'll go wherever. That's down to Techie and Lone Wolf where we go, and they'll discuss it during the week. I mean, them two will usually always steer us in the right direction.
All right. So, any more questions, guys? Guess not. Let's move on to Balenos next. It was Ragnarok, the Factory, KHAOS, and Hidedown. Welcome back, Sanra. I don't know. I guess let's hear from the Factory first.
Okay. First of all, I wanna let you know we are making a Mexican party in Balenos this week. You are invited, Chenocrat. You can eat our taco of the piece if you want.
That's racist.
Okay.
Yeah, keep the racism to a minimum, please, Shiro.
Okay. We started attacking Ragnarok since they attacked us in the beginning. After a while, Haidon and KHAOS came and attacked Ragnarok too. They defended for more than an hour, even more than Harmony when they come to Balenos. And after we took them down, we went against Haidon. Haidon was attacking KHAOS. They opened their base. We took the Haidon down, and we fought against KHAOS for a while. And finally we won. First time we win Siege War.
So, how many people have?
We had around 60 people.
Really?
Yep, really.
All right. Well, from looking at the force versus force, it just seemed like less.
Nope.
So, what was it like for you, Haidon?
Oh well, it was first a 3v1, then a 2v1, and then we lost. You know, the basic stuff when 3 guilds are left, one of them gets a light on, and it's usually the strongest one.
Mm.
Did you ask something? Because you were lagging.
No, not really. Let's hear from Ragnarok then. What was the fight like for you guys?
Yeah, in the beginning we didn't expect Hydon, so we wanted to see what's gonna happen. KHAOS and Hydon started butting heads at the beginning. That's why we went for their factory. We didn't want to interrupt them. And I don't know, after around 15 minutes or 20 minutes, all of them piled up on us. We defended as much as we could. I don't know, we lasted for 1 hour and 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah, but then that was it. And congrats to their factory, they did a very good job today. Yeah.
Yeah, same to you. Your defense was awesome.
Blood Nova, I have a question.
Yo.
It's from one of my guild members. He's wondering if you were a cyborg.
No, maybe. Is this racist?
He doesn't understand the question.
All he says is racist. Don't take it personally.
All right, so KHAOS still didn't speak. What was the fight like for you guys?
Well, it was a surprise for us, like pleasant surprise that Haidon was there actually, and good job. They did a really good job. We started in a 1v1 against Haidon, but a few minutes after that, they asked us if we want to have a truce with them and go attack Ragnarok. So we agreed and we went against Ragnarok. After that, Haidon attacked us. They took down our gate and all the structures in our base. So we managed to push them out, and while doing that, they asked us if we want to have a 1v1 against them. But obviously, we just joined that factory and took them out. And after that, we had a fight against that factory, and they won because we didn't have much in our base, and they did give a good fight, all guilds.
How many people each of you had, guys?
We had 52 people.
Ragnarok, hide on.
Ragnarok had 77.
We had 44.
60. Around.
All right, any more questions on Balenos, guys? Guess not. So let's move on to Calpheon. I guess since it's again the siege that I kind of know about, let's split it in parts again and talk about enemy phase first and then move on from there. So enemy, you're up first.
Alright, well, we started out going straight for Oldschool's base, but soon we discovered that, same story as always, every other guild immediately teams up on us, so the rest of the fight pretty much looked like us defending against 4 guilds for 1.5 hours. We tried to TP into Harmony once to take them out, but that failed a bit because that cost us most of our base and it was really hard to recover from that. And sooner or later, we just couldn't defend against that many people anymore and we went out.
So what was like, how big of an advantage that base position that you have for you?
The base position was really good. I think it's one of the best spots in the whole area. If you face a situation like us, it's really good to defend from the high ground. It's hard to climb up there, many choke points. We've been there before and it's really good. Oldskool should definitely know that.
Yep. We do know, but it's kind of in between. Like in a 1v1 or like 1v2, definitely, but in this kind of situation, I think it's for your situation. I mean, I don't think there's any. Yeah, it still helps you, but
doesn't matter if it's 1v1 or 1v4. It definitely helps you regardless.
I don't think it would have mattered in like a 1v4.
So was everyone pretty much fighting enemy at this point, guys? Like, where did you go with your raids? Some explanation from other guilds?
We went to enemy.
Yeah, that was pretty much our idea from the start. We had no idea what the other guilds were doing, but I think it's more become, I don't know, it's a thing at this point, isn't it? Take down the strongest, in our opinion. Enemy are the biggest threat there, so we assumed other people would do it, so we did what we could to help.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think you can even say it's not even a matter of opinion anymore. Compared to the guilds that were in Calpheon today, enemy is just in a different category. I think it's just that simple, nothing more.
Was ShadowElite the second strongest then?
Maybe.
Yeah. Actually,
we had the strongest elephants for sure.
By far.
Our elephants are legendary. The riders are rubbish. I'm probably going to kick them. But the elephants themselves are really, really good.
Just be careful they don't leave for enemy, the elephants. Make sure you feed them properly. Actually, like for enemy, like, do you think you would have had a better fight in Valencia 1v3 than a 1v4?
Definitely not.
Because of the guilds or and any other reason?
I don't think there was any good fight for us this week.
No, I agree.
This is gonna
also,
be
they're in a
alliance.
desert. Like, there's nothing for them to do in the desert. Like, they can't have a
We were
good.
going to get teamed up on by every guild, no matter where we went this week.
Yeah. Okay, like kind of. What about Mediah? What if you won Mediah?
The same thing would have happened. Like they literally said on a podcast last week, they wanted their 1v1 and they would team up on anyone trying to disturb it. So
You could have gone and subjugated the potatoes again.
yeah, no, we already give those to the smaller guilds.
I think the thing about the potato fields is that like before it used to be 20 guilds there. Now it's like 1v1s there, and everyone moved to like either Valencia or Calpheon.
That's good though. More competition on tier 3 or the bigger cap.
Yeah, definitely.
So at one point I saw that Harmony base dropped pretty low when enemy was attacking them. Can you guys go into a bit of detail on what happened there?
That's when we did the teleport. We teleported to their base, tried to get it down so we could at least try to get some pressure off from one guild off our base, but we got it down to 50, but then we already had to go back because every other guild was already hammering on our base, which went down to 20% and we were able to save it just in time.
So was it like you guys going back or just wiping?
It was people that died at respawn and also a few people going back. Some people stayed. But yeah.
Really hard finding an opening to actually attack when I get pressured by so many people.
Some comments on Harmony on the matter. One up you here.
What? Nah, well, you're lagging out, so I can't really understand. What did you say?
I mean, do you want to comment on what was when enemy ported to you?
Yeah, but we saw cask base, so we got the entire raid back from enemy, and then we tried our best to hold against them, and then of course, like as we were killing a few of them, and you know, it's just we were just respawning, and they couldn't come back because their base was hammering, by being hammered by 3 guilds. Obviously, after like 2, 3, 4 respawns, there were none of them there anymore. That was it. It was actually a surprise that they would go on. It was a really good try to like. I'm pretty sure if there were only 2 guilds on them, they would have. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I don't know if that was a surprise though, because you have like less than 50 people and they had best chances on going on guild that is small, because attacking anyone else would pretty much mean that they will have to waste a lot more time.
We were also the closest to them. So I don't think so. Cast had so much opportunity to move around the entire map. Calpheon.
I have a question for enemy. At the beginning, you went straight for Oldskool. Why didn't you go for someone like Harmony at the beginning? Remove, because I mean, you did get enemy. You did get Oldskool behind their walls early.
Big mistake we made, and one of the biggest things we learned this week, and we'll probably never do again in the future. I hope not, at least. Is we didn't expect Harmony to go straight for us, because they've always been complaining every single week that they get teamed up on in every region, and that they don't do alliances. They attack anything that's red on site. They said that before, but apparently that's not the case at all. So
that's fair enough.
We thought if we attack Harmony straight from the beginning, their first intention wasn't to attack us. That might change their mind if we attack them. So we just thought we'll ignore them for now and go for Oldskool first.
I can comment on that. Like the only reason we came to Calpheon was to help out private figures, because they also helped out once Balenos.
So you didn't do alliances?
Well, like we came to help him. As I said, it's just paying back. Now we are not going to go to Calpheon, of course. Like then he called, like we came and then we saw enemy and this, like who else we should have gone for?
I don't know. I think you could have had a good fight with some other guild while you were going to get zerged down eventually anyway. Share the same fate as us.
I mean, it must feel pretty nice from a Harmony point of view, not getting focused first in a siege war, because like last, I don't know, 6 weeks that I remember, they were always the first one to fall whenever they go.
Yeah, of course. Like, should I say? Like we expected, honestly, only one castle, like Leviathan, us, and one more guild. And honestly, we were expecting either Oldskool or ShadowElite. Yeah, but it turned out to be 5 guilds, so we were surprised. Pretty much changed everything. But at the end, though, after enemy went down, everyone wanted to focus Oldskool. But then we made the change and started to focus ShadowElite. So Wayne, you can kiss our hands. We gave you.
But why? Yeah, why did you do it? Like I can
because of not focusing. Because we wanted to create something random. Not the same shit. That's it.
For the loots.
So for the memes.
Wait, you want to create something random, but you gave a big guild a castle? Why not give like a smaller guild a castle? Just for something.
What do you mean? A Leviathan already had.
I'm not gonna lie though. You could have like.
You or ShadowElite maybe.
You could have beat Oldskool. You could have teamed up on ShadowElite, and then you could have backstabbed Leviathan and took the castle for yourself and lulled all over the people that have been zerging you every week, giving them the big middle finger.
Zerg. I mean, these people never zerged us.
Could have just played some fun politics yourself.
Yeah, we could have done it. Definitely.
Wouldn't you prefer a fight versus ShadowElite instead of Oldskool?
Can't really say. I think they were equally strong on it.
All right, so what happened after enemy went down is basically fight was on the Oldskool for the first part and then moved to ShadowElite, right?
No, it kind of went all over the place as soon as enemy went down. Leviathan went over to Oldskool straight away. I think ShadowElite did the same thing. Harmony went for ShadowElite, and Oldskool went for ShadowElite, and then we all clashed at a bridge, had a massive clusterfuck fight on the bridge, and then it just all kind of went all over the place from there for the next like hour. So like we were attacking Oldskool, and then ShadowElite were defending against Harmony, and then Oldskool when they weren't defending against us, and yeah, that's kind of where it went down.
So what was defense like for ShadowElite?
Well, I can tell you that, or I could start at the beginning, because there's many things that have been kept out of this.
If you
would like that.
Yeah, sure.
Well, first of all, I mean, the ShadowElite enemy Oldskool alliance. Last week we locked the Manchas and the Rudums, and I think now the Carudos securely in their Valencia prison. So that was the job well done. They're there now, and they will, do that stuff. So we could smell it in the air. We knew there was an alliance in Calpheon. So it was the only option for us. A Dictate had their little, whatever that was today in Mediah, running, I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, we went to Calpheon, of course. And we weren't sure how it was going to play down. We knew there was some sort of alliance, so we just went there. We knew Oldskool were there, and we knew enemy were there. So once again, it started, and just like in Valencia, the sky started darkening. My members started whispering Manchas, and I was like, no Manchas today. All good guilds today on Calpheon, so that was good. But we needed to wait for the sign. We didn't know if the alliance would be reformed or if it would be a free-for-all. So I took the highest place in the terrain and I looked across northern Kyle Lake, and then I saw it, two brilliant shining beams of golden light shooting up into the clouds from Josie's high contrast yellow tinted gaming glasses. And then I knew it. It's a free-for-all. And by a free-for-all, I mean everybody's going to zerg down enemy. So yeah, that's what happened. And like that base location, holy fuck, it's defendable. Like we were trying to sort of teleport across a rock to another rock, and like you teleport and then you like end up further back from when you started. And then we tried to sort of swim across the lake like, American Navy SEALs when they killed Bin Laden. But we just like got wrecked and drowned and stuff. That didn't work. And then we're like regrouping in the rock, and Oldskool are like, attack so that you have respawn timers and we don't. So I was like, sure, we've got balls, we'll do that. So we did all that. And it was fun for like, what was it, like an hour and a half. Enemy held out valiantly against a 4.5 pronged attack. So they did really fucking well. I mean, enemy are like an absolute force to be reckoned with. I hope they've got some big things planned for next week, because they sure can do some serious fucking damage. But yeah, they went down. You're eventually going to go down. I mean, respawn timers count, and you only
mostly
put some.
The cannons and the elephants fucking us over mostly.
Thank you once again for complimenting us on our elephants. They are absolutely spectacular. They really are.
Cannons and elephants coming in from 4 different guilds constantly, your base is going to die sooner or later, no matter what. Even if you can keep wiping people from every direction over and over, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there was lots of cannons. But anyway, enemy went down. They got an amazing KD ratio. We climbed a lot of rocks. We really did. I popped some jump elixirs. They didn't help. But yeah, they went down, and then we were like, well, Oldskool are the next strongest guild by a mile. They were, I think, maybe 15 to 20 more people than we had in the siege, and probably somewhere in the same sort of ballpark on gear, maybe better, who knows. So they were the next logical choice. So we put down a flag, and then immediately Harmony started attacking our base, which was like weird, because we'd heard that they were allied with Leviathan, and it was obvious that if we went down, Oldskool are just going to wreck what's left. So it was a very strange choice. If Harmony were there to help Leviathan, they basically sealed Leviathan's coffin by joining Oldskool to attack us. But it happened, and it was fine. We tried to push out a lot. We got to the bridge. We sent our #1 ranked guild trader on his Margoria trading vessel to purge the channel of enemy battleships, which he did successfully to an extent. And we pushed out. We pretty much were defending for I think half an hour to 45 minutes against Oldskool and Harmony. Neither of them were like besting us individually, but against both of them, our respawn timers were hurting us hard. They moved replacement boats into the water, which we were using as respawn points, so they were there. And we fought valiantly. Our elephants fought even more valiantly, but eventually we succumbed. But it was a really good fight, and everybody really enjoyed it. So that's our angle.
So your angle was that resilience is Kurutos?
Yes.
If we are Kurutos or Malaga, then you are Catfish.
But no, we're Rudums. We said that 2 weeks ago. Can you keep
we're
up,
Rudums.
You are Rutums.
It's like you don't pay attention sometimes, man.
It's the Ackman.
It's too much speech, too long.
All right, Oldskool, you guys want to add anything on this phase of the siege?
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
I go for it. So we decided to go Calpheon. Only choice. This week was kind of a shit week for guilds like us and definitely enemy. Because who the fuck wants to go against the big alliance in Valencia? Just not fun. Especially if you go alone, without any ally, like we do, because we don't do alliances. Kappa, not a meme JPG. Medea, we body blocked once. We've been there, done that. It's not fun. Got angry whispers that night. I'm afraid for my life. I needed to hire a bodyguard after having Harmony half disband. So the only choice was Calpheon pretty much, and we 100% knew that enemy was gonna go there because they just really like to follow us. Really it's like you guys have some kind of I don't know. You hear a scent, and I don't know. You just build where we build. Maybe it's we build where we build. Who knows? But we definitely fought enemy a lot of times past few weeks. So we just knew the only choice was Calpheon for us. And when we saw all the castles popping up, we kind of expected who was gonna show up, and we prepared for zerging enemy down, of course, because that's what you do. That's what you do when enemy is in the place. Enemy is either the best or the second best guild in the server right now. Used to be the highest quality guild when they were 60. Maybe they still are. Who knows? I guess we'll see eventually when they go Mediah. But definitely a very scary guild in a very scary position. Same shitty cancer place as always. That it's unbreachable. That place is really, really strong when a good guild has it. And that was pretty much it. Every guild was going on enemy and gotten down after they did the teleport play. I guess they would have gone down eventually, maybe half an hour later, maybe 1 hour later, but the teleport kind of sealed the deal. And after that, it was pretty much after that, what we prepared for, we knew the position of every guild and, who was who, and we 100% expected a 1v3. We went in Calpheon today preparing for a 1v3 against ShadowElite, Leviathan, and Harmony. To be fair, the second I heard that Harmony was attacking ShadowElite, I just knew we would have won, because that was a very strange decision, but worked out in our favor. And it was not really. I mean, as I said, we went for a 1v3. We probably had some chances to win 1v3, but we definitely like with a 2v2. It was just. Well, it was still a really tough fight, but we eventually won. Definitely did not expect Harmony to do that. I'm very, very surprised about it. So
before the siege, I would definitely agree with what you just said. That we saw opportunities to win the 1v3, but like halfway through the siege, I mean, I think it's safe to say if Harmony actually went for the 3v1, we would definitely not have gotten the region, man.
Yeah, very likely.
We underestimated Leviathan. We definitely underestimated ShadowElite, and Harmony was just solid as always, I guess.
Yeah, we already
we wouldn't have won a 1v3.
Yeah, we already struck deep with Xenocrat on private, but I definitely did not expect ShadowElite to be that good. It was very huge surprise for us. Like, I don't know if you guys use Villa buffs or like some sorcery like that. I don't know, you use whale potions, but
we use triple stacked food buffs.
No, you don't do that. Can you even do that?
Yeah, no. And we even use this thing called health potions. They're fucking broken.
If you've got enough money, you can triple stack your food. We learned that today.
That is fucking impressive. No, but seriously, like you guys showed up super strong. As I said, like we went there kind of expecting a 1v3 and hoping to win a 1v3, but as Ox said, like you guys are definitely stronger than we ever expected. So it's gonna be an interesting siege.
It was an interesting 2v2 from our perspective. It was an interesting 2v2. Obviously, we knew it was in our favor. So
I have a question for that actually.
Made things interesting.
How much did Leviathan do to your base? Just because we actually had like more or less a constant like 10-man group attacking your base, trying to keep you busy and stuff. And I mean, in all honesty, they didn't really say Leviathan was there very often at all.
Yeah, they cracked up our base open multiple times with multiple elephants, and we really had to pull back and also keep quite some members behind.
Yeah, we pretty much had to almost split 50-50 at one point. Well, it wasn't exactly 50-50, but like 60-40. 70,
yeah, it always seemed like you guys had like quite a lot of people at our base. So
Yeah,
we were kind of confused on that aspect.
I think most of the time we had about 50 people at your base.
Yeah, okay. Well, what was your guys' numbers then today?
80.
74 at start, 81 at end, I think.
Something like that.
I think that both Harmony and Oldskool were able to resurrect pretty close to your base, kind of play the role too.
Yeah, we couldn't deal with the boats, and then also like when we pushed on Harmony, if we didn't like 100% wipe out Oldskool, they just rezzed each other, and then by the time we like finished Harmony, if we lost like 10 people, we'd then push back into Oldskool, and it'd just be like, well shit, here's a full Oldskool force again. So it's impossible to do that if you can't like get all your people rezzed at the same time and stop them from rezzing. It's impossible to win.
I tried to do a teleport into Harmony's base.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, I sort of tried to ride, how actually accidentally, occasionally a horse can glitch through somebody's fences without them loading. That would never happen. But yeah, I got stuck on a stone and then knocked off my horse by one of your automated turrets. Then one of your warriors attacked me. So, I double teleported. Then I got attacked again. Then I V'd through a gap in your fence that I noticed. And then I came out of V, stuck inside one of your Hawachas, and then died. It was a good teleport, though. It nearly worked.
So yeah, after we killed ShadowElite together with Harmony, we went straight out for Harmony, and that kind of sieged the base until it went down. I think they held up very strong for the numbers they had.
Not really. Well, I mean, technically you're right, but we didn't intend to straight go for Harmony. We said, let's see what's going to happen after ShadowElite died. But I think when ShadowElite died, we already had Leviathan and Harmony on our base.
Pretty much.
So, slightly sweating, not really sure if they were planning any teleport plays. We rushed to our base. And then we definitely went for Harmony.
Yeah, and after Harmony went down, I think they could have received a bit more help from Leviathan, but it's whatever. We just went for Leviathan. And
Well, I don't think there was no alliance between us. We just kind of
yeah, of course.
wherever,
But,
so that's why they didn't
think,
come clear our base or anything.
Yeah. Guess they could have held for a bit longer, probably. But
yeah, just could have extended it. That's all. But like, there was no like communication really. Like, if we were like actually allied, we'd been like, yeah, we need help at our base, and they would have came back. But there was nothing to do with that. It was just so happened they were attacking the same people we were.
Yeah. Ox, can I ask you a question, please?
Sure.
From the perspective of Leviathan, bringing Harmony as allies, how would you say they performed today in their decision making?
Well, I don't know. I'm not even sure if that's the right question to ask. Like, were they really allies? Because as from what I can hear from One Up, it's more like they came here to do them a favor or something. I don't know if they were actually communicating. It's definitely. I don't know what the intention was. If it was the intention to get the castle themselves or give it back to Leviathan, it's really weird to attack ShadowElite instead of us. That's definitely true.
We didn't really have an alliance with Harmony. We knew Harmony were coming. He told me, you know, we're going to come Calpheon and we're going to fight and see if there are any big guilds there that come that you guys need a bit of help with. But it wasn't like we were talking constantly and trying to go for the same enemies and everything. I said, we're going to go for Oldskool. They said, we're going on ShadowElite. And I was like, okay, well, you know, if ShadowElite go down, we can't 2v1 Oldskool, but fine if that's what you want to do. And yeah, they went for ShadowElite, and then that's kind of, you know, just how it played out. If they were allies, if we went as allies kind of thing, and we were communicating, we expected them to like work with us, then that would not have been an ideal alliance, no.
So to sum that up, ShadowElite went down, there wasn't a whole lot of talking, and he told you he was going to come.
What, huh? Go again.
That could never be said again.
That was a one-time thing.
Sorry, I completely missed that.
Anyway, after that, we just banged on Leviathan Gate and kind of pushed our way through. I think we're a more experienced guild, stronger guild, so we just killed them pretty much. But they definitely, like, I think the gap is closing, guys. I feel the gap is closing. The fights, like the difference between the top 4 guilds is not that big compared to what it was like a few months ago. I think guilds like Leviathan, ShadowElite, like, and the M&Ms, like they're at least twice as strong as they used to be not too long ago. So, like, going alone in a region is getting harder and harder to get a win, at least.
Well, you guys never fought us before, so I don't know how you would judge our strength. Like, we've literally never fought Oldskool before today.
Yeah, never fought, but
the
we
first
pretty much like never saw you, so we just didn't expect you to be. Well, I wouldn't say that, like, not expect you to be good, but not experienced, I guess, or
not experienced.
I don't know what's the right term. No. I don't know what's the right term. Just by not seeing you, like, we've participated in every siege so far, and like 90% of those fights were in a castle siege, and we never saw you there. So we somewhat expect guilds that never go to siege not to be as strong as the guild that go to siege. Does it make sense without flaming?
Yeah, I kind of get you. I guess we just kind of lay low, though.
Yeah, we don't make a lot of noise, but we were in every siege on Croxus since they came out.
Is it a new game, Croxus?
Croxus is where people learn to PvP.
Okay.
It was the third server that they made, so all the plebs could go to.
Can anyone from Oloston ever say that? I mean,
tutorial?
I hadn't even heard of Oloston before the merge.
Bro. Top guilds in Oloston.
I mean, there's a lot of Croxus players in the enemy, so.
Okay, let's talk let's steer some shit up in chat. Like last time I called NA shit, now I'm gonna call other server shit. So
Oloston is shit.
No, Alston has like 2 guilds now that are huge in the top 4. I would say personally, Oldskool is not as good as the top 3, because we are more semi-casual than hard, like semi-hardcore than hardcore. Like, we are slowly making the move to hardcore, but we are not quite there yet. But like the top 3 guilds, you can say it's like the leadership is split equally. So Cruxus for addicted. Well, you guys know it anyway. So the players, for what I'm seeing, like the majority of players is like either Cruxus or like I'm not sure. Sovereign, how's your player base split?
It's like 80% Alusted.
Okay, so
I definitely say the majority of siege guilds are stacked with Croxus Alustin.
yeah, like Jardine is very like tier 2, I'd say.
Jardine was like the sort of the trial period for the NA servers, from what I heard.
I guess like most of like all the good the big guilds for Jordan is like these huge guilds like Resilience and Morghulis and Millennium that just kind of fill their guilds with numbers and just.
Isn't like 40% of your guild 0, which was Jordine?
Yes, 40%. I would say right now in Oldskool it's like 40% Jordan, 40% Alustin, 10% Cruxus. And
what's the other 10%?
And the other 10%.
Yeah, where's the other 10%?
Who cares? Okay, no. We have some people that joined after.
Pizza guy.
No, we have some people that joined after the servers, like the new world.
I was gonna say, you're like stealing NA people or something? Jesus.
NA people. Yeah, okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I feel like for what, especially the amount of guilds, Alustin seems to have the most amount of guild participating in Siege. I'm very happy about it.
What other guilds other than Oldskool, Sovereign, or Alustin?
Vikings. I'm pretty sure. I think Misanthropolis comes from Alustin.
Vikings stole a Cruxus
No.
guild.
Yeah, they stole the Cruxus guild. Okay, come on.
We come from Cruxus.
Where's Resi from? Where's Resilience from?
That's nice.
Jardine.
We have Telinanor. Wasted used to be from Alustin. Ragnarok. A lot of leaderships that are still
I
alive.
think Enemy is just a culmination of different siege guilds from Cruxus.
Enemy? I don't know.
Dude,
guilds.
A little bit of Sovereign.
People as well.
Sorry, Sanguine.
Not sure what you're talking about. The Enemy has a lot of people from previously grind.
Yeah, they've got a lot of Jardine people.
So yeah, I have to say it feels a bit. I don't know. It's funny that at least from an Alustin perspective, like Jordan was talking a lot of shit, like saying it was the best server in terms of PvP, and now it definitely doesn't. To me at least, doesn't look like that. This like don't get me wrong. In terms of leadership, they have some really strong leader figures that they can keep their guild alive. But in terms of players that are interested in PvP and are competing in the Siege, looks like Cruxus is the strongest probably.
I think at the beginning, Jordan had a lot of big siege guilds, but most of them, I don't know where the fuck they disappeared to, like Fusion at the beginning, Grind got kind of rip, all those big guilds, only Harmony is really left right now.
Enemy is from Jardine.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
How many people from, do you guys have any, I guess not, but how many numbers? Like percentage-wise, how many Jardine
I
people
think
do you
there's
have in
still
Enemy?
like 30 to 40 Jardine in Enemy. It's quite a large percentage.
Yeah, I'd say it's about half.
Yeah, it's about half, I'd say. And then you have the whole MMR alliance is like more majority Jardine. So I don't think you're just pulling facts out of your ass.
I'm not putting any facts, just what it looks like.
Well, your opinions.
I have a question, or why does it matter what server people come from? Just one server.
Just steering shit up.
Wait, just want to talk all the servers, man.
But talking shit would be saying why did Oldskool go to Alustin when you were late to the game? Did you go for the uncontested grind spots? That's talking shit.
No, that's not
because you guys,
that's
you
just
guys banked on the server merge, so that's talking shit. So what's the big deal?
What?
Oldskool.
He's from Morghulis. Just ignore him.
That's what my guild does.
No, just I didn't hear. What did you say?
I said I heard Oldskool were late to BDR, so why did you go Alustin?
Well, then you're wrong, because we were there from day one.
Yeah, they were day
even
one
in
Media.
beta. So.
Oh, there you go then.
There you go.
My shit just got shoveled.
I have a question to Harmony. One of you still here?
Yes.
I'm curious if the fight like you had today, guys, is better for you as a guild than what you usually have on Serendia and Balenos. Like, do you plan on continuing to actually go in castles so you don't get wrecked by, like, I don't know, hundreds of people?
No, there is no point for us going to castle sieges. Like even our numbers is not enough. Like today we were at 39. It's not enough at all for castle siege.
Yeah, but I mean, like, unlike Balenos and Serendia, you won't ever get focused from the get-go by all the guilds there because, you know, there's bigger threats and they will focus each other and you kind of play a role in there.
Yeah, but you know, they're going to find this out. And at the end, it's not going to be anything different. Like, as I said, today we just came because of Wiggles and that's it.
They're gonna get used and abused, thrown away.
Yeah, easy. Just as well.
People use them when they have a use for them, then just kill them off in the end. They're not gonna win anything out of it.
They're basically someone else's bitch in the siege.
So at this point, everyone wants to know what was the numbers for each guild, guys. I believe enemy didn't say how many they were.
Enemy at 85.
Oldskool at 75, 80.
ShadowElite were low 70s, I think.
Yeah, close to 71.
Yeah.
Leviathan was 64.
Could have been 69.
Hey, you know it was 69 signups on the website, and I was really sad when we took attendance afterwards that we only had 64 people. They ruined it.
Kick them.
How many were how many?
39.
I have a question. Do you guys enjoy those fights? Like, are they actually fun for you? Or do you just kind of like meh?
They're very different compared to one versus ones, at least. Way more hectic and harder.
You're like always doing something, running left and right all over the place. You never get to take a breather. Pretty.
I imagine it's a lot of like individual skill as well, like being able to multitask yourself.
I mean, no really can lead 90 people.
Zorlak, can I ask you a question on behalf of Valkyries, please?
Wait, what did I do?
He's a little bit shy to ask, but he would like your autograph.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how to write. I cannot use a pen.
Shouldn't you be in Millennium then?
Wow, the burn.
Oh, they're
Okay,
not here to
question,
defend themselves. Just opened it up for me.
Question for enemy. Are you going Mediah and I only accept yes as the answer.
Fucking whispers I get every week from people asking where we're going and shit. Like, we're never gonna answer you, so it's
I
no
know.
use to
Okay,
try.
I'm gonna rephrase it. Who do you think will win between 1v1 you and Sovereign?
The server.
Fair enough. So nothing? Not a word?
No idea.
Bring Jules back.
The other regions that have a good payout that week.
All right, I actually want to also ask Addicted what they planning to do next week.
Nothing planned, obviously. We have some stuff to work on. Do the node wars first, and we'll see where we end up Saturday.
Cheer up, Ishka.
I am pretty chill, dude. Like, relax.
Yeah.
I mean, you know it better than me. Like, losing is a part of the game, and obviously it is a bit disappointing when it happens. But you just gotta get over it and work on your things and get better and come back strong. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it. If you guys have any more questions or shoutouts, go along.
Shout out to Woldazo, best wizard in Europe by far.
Fuck, you beat me to it.
I guess question to enemy. Maybe I'm wrong, but you sounded a little bit disappointed, I guess, or I don't know how to phrase it, that people teamed up against you. Did you expect them to do something else, or or do you
From
think they could
from
make a better
certain
move?
guilds, we didn't expect it. The rest we did.
Sorry, what?
From certain guilds, we didn't expect it. From others, we did.
It's kind of expected and not expected. Because we know we're gonna get focused first because we're the strongest guild. But then again, people kind of going back on what they've said before. We were hoping for a different outcome, but we weren't expecting a different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can say from our point of view that while preparing towards this Saturday, we definitely, trying to zerk you guys definitely wasn't the only plan or the only option. But I guess the thing that made it happen in the end is, I think, also location. I think that definitely played part of it. Like, if another guild would have died, like let's say Harmony would have died, I'm not so sure that the remaining 3 guilds would have actually been able to kill you where you were building. So we kind of more saw it as a necessity, like the enemy just needs to die first, otherwise we're getting out of options. Whereas maybe if you were building in a very different position, it would have made a different call. I don't know. It definitely, we definitely spoke about it.
Who's the tryhard in your guild with like a level 13 witch ult with a ghillie suit that flared me this morning when I channel changed into Calpheon 1? I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was one of the officers in your guild. I flared him. I was like, please no.
That's not that tryhard, come on.
I don't know. Spending 20 euros on a ghillie suit for like an ult you only use for one thing.
Maybe he got it during the Black Friday sale.
Fair point.
Maybe as a main witch and just creating an ult for that.
But I mean, about this Argan enemy down. I mean, like everybody sort of wants to go to win, in a way, and they were in an incredibly defensible position up on the the Rock of Shem. There's just no way you're assaulting that fort. Even if like there was another enemy with equal gear, equal skill, everything completely murdered, they would not beat the enemy that had the base on that hill. So from a sort of victory perspective, everybody else had no option than to pretty much focus on
I
them first.
wouldn't say that's true though. We fought Sovereign there when they had that location.
Yeah, we won against Sovereign with lesser numbers when they were in that exact same spot.
Yeah, but you were also stronger than Sovereign at the time, weren't you?
I'd say like significantly, maybe a bit, but it's definitely beatable.
You guys had the same spot that we had?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you have problems respawning inside the tent?
Yeah, oh yeah, I got stuck inside a fucking tree and had to escape to Calpheon.
Yeah, fun times, right?
Yeah, but what we were saying though is like if you had 2 identical guilds, like completely identical in every way, and one of them had your spot, the one in your spot would be able to hold out indefinitely.
Well, it's not magically the best spot. There might be other spots.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's the best spot, but I'm
yeah, but I
just
mean,
saying.
it's simple. I mean, the distance that everybody else was from your fort, without respawn flags at any time, it's a long way down there, and there's literally one road from 2 directions you can push up, and then you need to climb rocks. It's very, very defensible.
I did like it when we tried to cross the lake, and then I just looked up and I saw 30 enemy players just standing on the rocks waiting for me. I was like, this is kind of shit.
All right, anyone else?
I feel like this podcast has been a bit of a letdown.
I mean, people kind of expected
apologize.
more salt, I guess.
I expected more salt from Mediah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm severely disappointed.
It's not just Mediah, like there was a Node War as well this week that I expected to hear about.
Oh yeah, the Node War.
This is a Node War podcast then.
Which one?
Yes.
Which one?
Which one?
Which node are we talking about?
Enemy versus Addicted. Yes, of course.
What happened?
Tell
I
us
can,
about
give
the Node War.
I can give a summary from our point of view if people want that.
I want it.
So basically, we knew Addicted was coming for us because they've been shouting that all the time. It started out being 4 guilds on the node. We initially thought it was Resilience as well, and some other guild, but turned out it wasn't. It was Archangelus and Final Enemy. So we took out Archangelus first, and then Addicted took out Final Enemy, so we could have a 1v1. And yeah, after those 2 other guilds went down, we both went back to our fort. Discussed a bit what are we going to do, etc. Made a plan. Then we took out towards their base. Our raids completely ran past each other. We were on their empty base, they were on our empty base. We didn't want to take the risk, so I teleported everyone back. We wiped them on our base. We started out again, had better scouting, took some open fights against them. We wiped them like 2 or 3 times. I think we fought an open field. We wiped them, went onto their base. They turtled there for about half an hour. We had an outpost up. Then at some point, they tried to do the teleport on our base while we were pretty much already right next to their base. So yeah, we knew they had loading times. They had to reorient after doing the teleport. We would win that base race no matter what. So we took it and won pretty easily.
It looked like you guys picked off like 20 of their members before they could teleport when I was watching.
Yeah, that as well. We killed a bunch of them before they took the teleport. So we were getting ready to just start out doing another attack on their base.
Did you guys expect it to go like that, or did you expect to lose? Or
We were really disappointed with that outcome. We wanted to get a longer fight against them.
How did you expect it to have ended without the teleport?
I mean, right after the first fight, I don't know, we were very surprised and kind of realized that this wasn't as hard as we were expecting. And well, I thought it was going to be hard at first. But yeah.
That's how it goes in every fight.
I think it's hard
you overhype your enemy, no matter what enemy you overhype it, and you lose by having a bad psychology.
Not only that, but we have fought them before, so we kind of had an estimation of their strength, but I guess we just underestimated ourselves.
Yeah, like half of the people though.
Yeah, but you fought with 30 people less, no? Last time.
Yeah, but like we have never fought them with this many number before, so we didn't really know how it was like fighting with this.
Yeah, talking about it, like how is it going for you guys? Going from medium to XL?
How's the merge going?
Good. Like everyone really likes each other, so
continue like normal. Nothing changed so far, except the strength.
All right, I guess it's my time for shoutouts then. First of all, Aragon is still going on with his tournaments, so if you guys are interested in that kind of content, you should probably check it out. I will spam the link in Twitch chat about it.
Before I forget, can we reopen the old fucking forum thread? On the old forum? The new forum is AIDS.
Oh, I hate it so much.
It's so dead, like nothing's gonna get posted there.
Oh, yeah, if you're listening, just change something. Everyone hates it. I haven't heard anyone like the new forums.
I miss the enemy forum warriors as well. They've all disappeared.
Well, just give another shout out. There's actually a mod by Moving Target for the new forum that makes it less ugly, so you might want to use that. And they said that they will pretty much repolt forums anyway, so even reopening thread there won't help anyway.
I cry, man.
So we're also gonna have an NA podcast soon.
I'm not sure. Like NAC just should start in like half an hour, and this week we will have at least 7 guilds, I think, for the podcast, maybe a bit more if I'm not lazy. And I don't know, maybe this week or next week NA podcast should start as well. So if you're enjoying this kind of thing, join us like in 4 hours or so.
Could you give us an example of the American accent you're going to use on the podcast, please, Swiper?
I'm not going to use it.
Come on, man. Gotta fit the roleplay.
Come on, man. Balls deep.
So that podcast starts in 4.5 hours from now?
That's reasonable.
Yeah, I'll be awake.
Just one of snooze swiper.
And I guess that's it for today. Thank you all guys for being here. Thanks everyone in Twitch chat, and see you all next time. See ya, bye.
Augustine was first MMO.
Good
Crocs
night.
is the best.
Good night.
Any shit.
Oh,
Wayne. Wayne.
Expect a message
Wayne.
Yo, old school, real quick.